Hey, it's Reed from Emerald Lotus Divination, a website that shares free weekly tarot resources for you to enjoy. So, the other day I was on Etsy, as I do because I have my own Etsy shop linked below, and when I went on the first homepage, I saw something that said, specific for you, and it was a deck. I clicked on it, and something within me just had to go through the checkout, and I've been waiting on the edge of my seat ever since, and it's for this deck. It is the Alcheringa deck. Now, this isn't a normal deck. It's not a tarot deck. It's not an oracle deck. It's actually an oniromancy deck. Oniromancy is a form of divination based on dreams, and it's something that the ancient Greeks, Egyptians, and Babylonians actually used and believed. They thought that dreams were messages sent to the soul by gods or the dead, and the dreams' symbols and meanings were often warnings. So this deck is basically an ode to that. It's to be used in dream work. I'm gonna definitely be using it in all types of work, but I think that is its original intention, is to be used in dream work. So if that's something that's of interest to you, here you go. The deck looked absolutely beautiful, that there was just no way that I was leaving Etsy that day without purchasing. So also what I found out is that Alcheringa, which I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, it means of the past or a place of dreaming. So this deck is, I will have it linked below, the Etsy and the actual website. The deck creators on the back. There's also this hollow in here as well. The deck is, the box itself is gorgeous. This looks like a piece of art. I'm really excited just to have the box itself sitting on my altar because it is beautiful. It's a beautiful pastel purple color. When the box did arrive, it came a little bit dented, which normally this type of, deck imperfection would be something that would be noted, the bottom here as well, when purchasing, because usually deck creators will give like a discount on decks like this just because they aren't perfect and they're already damaged. So that's a little bit disappointing, but of course nothing that I'm really gonna hold against the creator because it happens, and it might have also happened in transit. I mean, who knows? So that's just something to be mindful of though, because it was a fairly expensive deck, at least here in Canada, with shipping and everything. So when you have that happen, it's a little disappointing, but it's fine. I don't mind the deck imperfections. It's just I wanted to give you guys a heads up. So excited to open this up. I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to save it for you guys. So let us do this. Wow, so we have a little Greek saying on the inside of the box. We have the guidebook, I believe. Yes, the guidebook and the deck. And then there's also a message at the bottom. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. Carl Jung. So, box, 10 out of 10 for the style because that is a gorgeous box. Where should I put this? That seems problematic. I'll just put it over there. Okay, so let's first take a quick look at the guidebook. It's very small, but that's fine with me. So basically we see the card meaning, the card number, a brief depiction of it, and what it means if it comes in reverse. So makes sense for like an oracle type deck. Yeah, very cute, nice and compact, which I like. Also fits really well inside the box, which I appreciate. And this is a 52 card deck. So I'm just gonna take off the plastic. So when you purchase this deck, you could get I think it was like a purple back or a cream back, and then you could also at one point get a hollowed side, so like holographic edging, I believe, but that was all sold out when I found the deck. So I just got the one that was available, which is the cream colored one. You can take a look at the back here. Beautiful. The cardstock feels really nice. They're nice and like slippery without being too slippery. It's not too thick, yet again. I feel like all the decks I've been receiving lately are pretty thin, but they're not like the typical oracle card or tarot card deck that is like laminated and thick. It's a lot thinner, more like just almost like paper, I guess. I don't even know. That's definitely not what it's called, but it's definitely thinner. but as long as it holds up, I don't mind that. I used to really care about that, but lately it's not something that bothers me too much. Let's get into this. I'm so excited for this deck. Like I said, I've just been waiting for it to arrive, and I haven't actually seen a lot of the cards, so this is a first glance for me as well. So first off, we have Toxic. I love that that's what we're starting off with. I love that this deck already, we're getting the impression this is not just going to be a total positive deck. We're getting real messages here. Recurring dream. Loss. Oh, the typical teeth falling out dream. We've all had that. So I'll also leave link down below. I have a dream analysis tarot spread. I'm really curious to try that with this deck because it is supposed to be made for dreams. But like I said, I was actually just really excited to use it as a standard oracle deck because I feel like you could get a lot of really interesting messages. This would also be a great morning deck after you've woken up. I just thought the colors in this were so beautiful. This card is gorgeous. Wow. So the deck has it's very modern but also vintage at the same time, if that even makes sense. Like, it's so modern that it has that vintage feel. Something about the artwork just really got me in this one. I know that so many people love doing dream work, and I feel like this is the deck to do that with. It has some pretty big borders, so I'm sure you can tell, which I think isn't always people's favorite, but I actually don't mind a border on a deck. I think it does have a little extra something when the imagery is just so nice and blown out that it's taking up the entire card, but there is also something very interesting about having a border, especially on a dream deck or deck like this, where it's something so specified and intangible that you're trying to make tangible that having it inside a box almost says something on its own. Getting a tarot vibe from this one. Ooh, murder. Rebirth. Past lives. Oh, that's so cool. So they're like carrying a backpack with past lives of themselves. It's like a burden that they're carrying. These are all little people inside. That's so cool. Conflict. Dream lover. The lover we have in our dreams. Oh, this one's gorgeous. Doesn't it have kind of like a 70s vibe to it? I hate dreams of being stuck. Are you someone that dreams a lot? I always have dreams. Last night, actually, I had a really cool dream where I saw this beautiful butterfly, or sorry, it wasn't last night, it was the night before, but I saw this beautiful butterfly and I put my hand out like this and the butterfly landed on my hand and it just stayed there, and I thought it was like the coolest thing that this beautiful, it was like purple and yellow butterfly was sitting on me, and I was with my friend and he took a picture of me while it was happening, and the photo actually was just such a beautiful photo. I'd never seen myself in such a beautiful light. It was the weirdest thing. Do you have dreams that are super fantastical or very realistic? My dreams are definitely a mix. They're like realistic to a point, but then they're also a little bit fantastical. but they're not like completely out of this world. I have a friend who dreams, like his dreams are like video game dreams where it's he's in other worlds and he's flying and he's doing all this stuff. My dreams are not usually like that, and if they are, they're like very significant and I remember them forever. But they're usually more just like everyday life type dreams, but then there's an element of fantasy in them. Oh, that one's cute. I also dream a lot about tarot and reading for people and messages for myself. And actually, I have some dreams that are predictions as well. A couple of years ago, I had a dream that I had met this new friend named Jessica. And in the dream, I was so happy to meet her, and we were like dancing around the room together. And then within a few weeks, I actually met my next spiritual teacher, and she goes by J-Vi, but her real name is Jessica. So when I initially met her, I didn't even realize that her name was Jessica. I thought her name was J-Vi, and it turns out that her name was Jessica. It was really cool. I love this card. I think this is my favorite card so far. So definitely very diverse in the card meanings. I love how there's just such a broad spectrum of cards and what they mean. They stray a lot from very typical oracle cards. They're very unique. There's a lot of really interesting cards that I feel like would be so fun to see in a reading. This one is, oh my god. This one is the best card so far, in my opinion. That artwork is, oh wow, wow, wow. Okay, all of these cards near the end, clearly they're like higher messages or something. They are all out of control. This one is, oh my goodness, that's outstanding. And then we have death. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. Shattering, lighting on fire, evolving. That is so cool. And then you can kind of see the cosmos inside, the oneness. Oh, and then the abstract. All these last cards were just like standout cards for me. So cool. The artwork in this deck is beautiful. I am so excited to have this in my collection. I cannot wait to see how it reads. I will absolutely let you know how it goes. And let me know if you check out this deck and what you think about it, and if it's something that you think you might purchase or something that you want to pass on. Let me know, because I don't know, something about this deck just sucked me right in. It's beautiful and I'm so excited to use it. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.